Well, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to get on here and show you what I've been doing this morning. Been making a big mess in my kitchen. I got oatmeal cookies right there cooling off. Just took them out of the oven. I got a big mess. Pots and pans dirty. Got all that kind of stuff. Whoops. And I've got these already done. I got pumpkin spice cupcakes, oatmeal raisin nut cookies. As I told you, I'm doing Thanksgiving early. It'll be actually tomorrow over at my son's house. So I told him I'd bring some cookies, but I threw in the spice muffins along with it. So I'll keep a few of them at home, but not many because, you know, I don't need all that sugar, but I'll take the majority of them over there to his house tomorrow for our Thanksgiving dinner. And I want to show you, yeah, I got a mess to clean up in my kitchen. Been busy all morning doing these cookies and cupcakes. So I got to clean up my kitchen because we got to get outside. I got some things we need to be doing outside this morning. I thought I might go ahead and try to dig through the 2 cardboard boxes that I had planted potatoes in and see if there's any potatoes in them. If so, I can get those out. And then I'm going to use all that soil that's in there because I built it, you know, from broken down wood bark, leaves, table scraps, and a little bit of potting soil. And I'm going to start building some more buckets with that potting, you know, that mixture that broke down in those boxes that those potatoes grew in, because that's going to be some good dirt to put in some more of my buckets so I can plant in either now or wait till springtime. So, let's see. I was going to go ahead and get some of these other cookies off of this sheet. Get them put in here. See if I can still get the lid on all that. I mean, I've got a pretty good size lid, but I don't know. Let's see. I'm not quite going to do it. I'm going to have to take a few of them off the top. Because I don't want to squish them. Yeah, these little pans come in so handy. Really handy. And I've actually got to get dressed because I was doing all this baking. Yeah, that'll work. I was actually doing all the baking here this morning. And I've not even gotten dressed yet. I've actually am still in my PJs. If you can believe that. When I get up early in the morning and I decide I'm going to do some baking, I don't even bother to get dressed. I just start baking right in my PJs. And then after I get through doing all that, I usually go ahead and see, maybe that'll work. Then I usually yeah, that'll barely work. I don't know if I... Oh, well, that one's broken. I broke it in half trying to move it earlier, so I'll eat that one myself. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all of this cleaned up. And then, like I said, we got things out in the yard to do. Maybe dig some potatoes and start building some more buckets. And get those going, because I put the holes in the buckets yesterday while I was busy doing some other stuff. I went ahead and heated up my hot glue gun and put holes in, I think, about 4 more buckets. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, you know, to hold all that dirt, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up this mess and see let's see. Yeah, I do things real primitive. Like I said, I wash dishes in a dish pan, and then I go ahead and water some of my potted plants out front with them, because they love the dishwater, because all of the little bits that come off of your plates and like these pans, all the crumbs from the cookies, they like all that. That's the next best thing to having broken down table scraps. Because I don't know what it is about the and yeah, my pans are dark. You can see my pans they look like they've been through a battle, because I've done a lot of cooking in them. A lot of cooking. It takes a lot of bacon to get your pans looking like this. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wet those a little bit, because there's a little bit of the crumbs that are dried hard to the pan. I'm going to go ahead and let that soak a few minutes. And then, like I said, we're going to go outside, and I'm going to see what we can do about planting, or not planting, but digging some potatoes and working on some more buckets and checking my greenhouse since we got a good freeze last night. And that scared me to death. I think it was a tree limb fell on top of the house, if you heard that knock. And it kind of scared me. I've been expecting some of that stuff to start falling, but I didn't expect a big thump like that while I was trying to do a video this morning. I don't know. I don't think it fell off on the ground. No, it didn't. It's up on the patio roof, or it's on top of the house roof. But that scared me. I've got a great big old tree limb that grows right over the top of the house. And I've been looking, every time the wind blows really hard, it'll scrape the top of the house. And it really needs to be trimmed up. But I don't want to get up there and mess with that big tree limb myself. I'm afraid I'm going to do some damage to the roof, or either do some damage to myself. So I've been putting it off. But looks like nature's going to help me get it down, because, like I said, I heard that big old thump, and I know you heard it too. Scared the daylights out of me. Well, let me go. Let me get finished cleaning up all this mess. And I'll get back with you in a few minutes. And we'll go outside and get busy. Well, there's the culprit right up there. That big tree limb that's just leaning down, touching the roof up there. But I can't see anything. It just looks like the limb is touching the roof, so part of it, a little limb of it, may have fallen off and went thump. that I heard when I was in there in the kitchen earlier. But like I said, I'm out here now fixing to start digging some potatoes, or see if there's any potatoes in the that is, if I can get the camera situated here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not sure where to put it. Not sure where to put it where it's not going to fall. Well, that might do it somewhat right there. But anyway, I planted red potatoes in this little box. But like I said, I planted them way back the beginning of the summer. And then the bushes died out because of the extreme heat. And then some of them started coming up again when the temperature cooled off. So I don't know if there's going to be anything in this box or not. Trying to see what I can see over there. But I got a tomato plant right there. I need to try to move out of the way if I can. One right there. Let's see, I've got potatoes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can't see if I'm showing it to you. Look at that pretty red potato right there. There's another one there, but it's too little. So it'll go back into compost in those buckets. See what else I can dig out of here. Well, there's a couple of little ones, and they were supposed to be little anyway. They weren't really supposed to be big ones, so I'm kind of surprised I got a couple of big potatoes out of there. And there, got a couple more. One right there. Like I said, I can't tell what I'm showing you, but... And I definitely got grass growing up in here. Which I don't want grass. Let's see, I got a couple of little ones. And they were supposed to be little potatoes. There's a couple more right there. One right there. That's about the size I expected them to be right there. Because they were the smaller potatoes. Well, that's what I thought they were when I planted them. Look at there. Can't tell what I'm showing you. But I am getting a couple of potatoes, even though it was such a bad summer. So that just leads me to know that when I plant next year, I'm going to plant a few more. Yeah, at least that was a handful. with the extreme heat that kill the plants. I don't see any more in there. Yeah, that's going to be some good dirt, though, to go in my buckets when I build them later. And these old potatoes, vines are going to go in there, too. But as you can see, that's not too bad, considering I didn't think I was going to get any potatoes out of there at all. And I got white potatoes in this one. See where I can put the camera for you to be able to see what I'm doing over here. Sorry about that. But again, I got the tomato plants. And well, I got a tomato plant in there too. And it's got a tomato on it. Got a few beans. And I don't have really any hopes that there's going to be any potatoes in this one. Because like I said, I planted them and then it got so hot that the bushes died before they could do anything. And then later on, I had more potato plants coming up. But we're gonna dig around in here and see if there's anything. Probably need to dump the whole thing, I'm not sure. And it did get kind of dry, so I don't know. If there'd be any potatoes in here or not. But even if it didn't, that's going to be some good compost to go in my buckets. Like I said, I wasn't counting on none because I planted the potatoes and then it got so hot and dry that it killed the plants. So I'm not counting on any being in there. Not seeing any. Oh, there's one. One little one. Rocks in there, that's for sure. But if it produced anything at all, in that kind of weather we had this summer, it's surprising to me. Yeah, I got one potato out of there. One little white one. But that just encourages me, because hopefully this coming winter, or this coming spring and summer, will be a lot better than last year, this past summer. And we'll be able to get some good harvest out of it. So, and like I said, that tomato, all that dirt is going to go in my compost pile. But that's not too bad, considering I didn't think I was going to get any potatoes at all, not even one little one. At least I got a couple of white ones, and I got a few red ones. Enough to cook for a meal, I guess. So, and it's cold out here today. It's only about 50 degrees right now. And I did want to kind of show you a update of how the, see if I can put this down just a second. And my mother of millions and the tomato plants aren't looking too bad in here. I put a jar on one right here just to see if it would make any difference. But as you can see, my rose bushes here are doing fantastic. They like the little jars. I mean, the individual greenhouse. The only thing about having my aloe vera there, it's hard to, but see, look at there. They're looking good. They're putting out leaves. They're trying to grow. So hopefully they are putting out roots just like that. Check on this side. See there? They're looking good. They're putting out leaves. They're living. And I'll have to remember to come out here maybe tomorrow and put a little bit of more water in there so they don't dry out. But yeah, and the white rose bushes that I didn't think were going to do anything, it's the knockout roses. Where's my white ones? Oh, here they are. These are the white ones, and look, I thought the stem was going to be too small, but they like it in there, and hopefully they are rooting. So I'll have 2 more white rose bushes this summer to plant. And I think I'm going to put in, and see, I do have a light up there. And I leave it burning all the time. So it gets just a little bit of heat in there. I know that bulb don't give out much, but it does give out a little bit. And I've got to go charge up my battery before I can finish this video. Ooh, y'all. I said it was about 50 degrees a little while ago. I checked the temperature a while ago in the house, and it's 46 degrees out here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So, it's pretty chilly, y'all. I got to come over here and get the shovel. I went over there and got me some more tree bark that's broken down, enough to put in these pots. Probably a little bit more than what I need in the pots, but I wanted to have plenty. I got to get my gloves on. Trying to get this thing situated. Oops. Not sure what I'm showing you. But anyway, this is what I was talking about. It's just broken down tree bark that was on some trees that had been cut several years ago. And that's what I put down in the bottom of my buckets, in the bottom of my totes, any of that stuff. I'm going to put this in the bottom. I'm even going to use some of that cardboard that was broken down from the boxes that where the potatoes were planted. Yeah, it's a little colder today than what I thought. But right here is part of the tree that was over there that's rotted all up. So I brought a big hunk of it over here just in case what I had in the bucket already was not enough. Because this makes some of the best soil to plant your stuff in. Just your broken down leaves and your all of that good stuff. Yeah, it's probably a good amount in each one. See if I can get over here and situate this camera. Don't know. Can't tell what I'm showing you. Yeah, maybe that'll do it. But I'm going to put those pieces of potato vine and tomato that I pulled up right down in there too. Come over here on this other side and get some of this that I put over here. And I'm going to get some of the cardboard. I have to pull the tape off of it because I did tape the outside of these boxes with duct tape to keep them from falling apart too bad when they got wet. Because if I hadn't have done that, they wouldn't have stayed together as well as they did. I don't want to get the tape in there, so. But I do want the cardboard. And it's good because it's already partially broken down. And that cardboard makes good fertilizer for your plants. I'm just tearing it up and putting it in there. And I've got a little bit of table scraps. No, I thought I had more than this, but that's some that got some eggshells at least. Put an eggshell in each one. And then I'm just gonna come over here and shovel in some of this dirt. Some of this broken down dirt that was in the box. And I think this coming spring, I'm going to have to move my Jolly Green tree, my green stalk planter. That's what I'm trying to think of, because it's too close to the greenhouse. It had those, that tomato plant growing there, and it's all over the greenhouse. So I need to move it so it gives me more room there. Go ahead and break that one up too, because it's not completely froze yet, but it will be. So I just will put these greens right down in this pot or bucket. And this is probably what I'm going to plant my potatoes in, because you can, here in zone 8, we can start planting potatoes in January and February. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is plant me some potatoes in these buckets, maybe, if I don't change my mind. I mean, you know how women are. Women are famous for changing their mind. But as your plants freeze and start to die down, just break them off, put them in your compost. Put them in your buckets, because that's going to make some really good soil to replant in. And I'll add table scraps to it too, as I get them. I don't have any right now. I've already used up all of them I've got. So but this pot, this small box over here, I actually had a black plastic trash bag over it too, or surrounding it, to help keep moisture in. So that's the only problem with planting in a that's the only problem with planting in a box, is they get too dry. But see, that's all the dirt from that was in that box over there. And I've still got some more over there that I can use. And what I think I'm going to do with it, and I haven't even started on all that dirt that was in this box, I'm going to put it here in this black pot, because it needs more dirt in there. See where I can put this. Yeah, I'm gonna get my shovel over here and throw some of it in there. And my beans are all dying back, so I can throw some of the stuff from them right down in there. Just don't throw my camera down in the process. And all those tomato plants are more or less, they're going to end up dying. I know they will. I can possibly use these grow bags again next year. I mean, I've already got compost and stuff in them, so we'll see. But I'm definitely going to move the boxes out. The boxes do not stay moist enough, really, to grow in. But all that dirt that came out of that box, it's going to be good to grow in. And I might even take some out of the pot later and plant something else in it. But it'll be breaking down here even further. And you see the cardboard's in there too. Plants love that cardboard. I don't know why, but it's, I guess because it's broken down wood too. I mean, the cardboard was wood at one time. So there. And I've still got more dirt over here. Tell you what, the grass sure wanted to grow in it too. Camera. But see, we got finished filling up that pot. I can redo some of these grow bags. I can put more soil in the top of them. And because, you know, all this in the next week, all of these plants are going to probably freeze to death. They're not going to survive. So they're all going to go in my compost. Anything that freezes is going to go in my compost. But you can see right here, that's what I'm going to be doing. Flipping all of that right over there. Because it's already partly broken down. There's beans down in there. Because when I move that out of the way, my bag will open up a little bit more. Give it more room. Let's see what I can do over here. But even this cardboard, all of this cardboard that was on this box, like I said, part of it is already broken down. So that's going to be fantastic to go in grow bags, in buckets, in tubs, totes, pots, you name it. And it'll have the next few months to finish breaking down. going to be fantastic to go in some other buckets too. Because there's dirt in there. There's potting soil. There was broken down table scraps. All that stuff in there. So, but anyway, just want to show you. Even if you plant in cardboard boxes, when you harvest whatever you harvest from the cardboard boxes, use all of that left broken down cardboard. Use all the soil from that box and start putting it in your other totes or your buckets or whatever you're going to use to plant in, because that is some really good soil. And I'm going to be adding it to some more of my other pots too. So all of that is not going to go to waste, even though it got so hot that my potatoes didn't do much this year. So yeah, and I'll keep this thing right here too, this log. Put it right there because I'm going to be using it. All of that's going to be free soil. All of it is definitely going to be free soil. And then I can discard all this that's got the tape on it. What I usually do is just throw it in the fire pit. And when all my plants are gone, I'll burn the stuff that's in the fire pit. Right there. So. Yeah, but see, some things love the cold weather. I came out here and harvested all the kale right there. Perpetual spinach. Radishes. I harvested all the leaves that I could harvest the other day. Even in my green stalk tower. That's why they look leaf bare right now. As I come through and I harvested all my leaves. So they're still growing good. I just harvested everything, so it looks kind of bare right now. Until they kind of grow back, and then I can harvest some more. But several nights of freezing temperatures, and you can tell some of my plants are suffering. The eggplant is kind of swiveling up. But all that is going to be good compost. Those leaves, that's going to go in compost. Everything's going to go in compost to help soil be rich and really good to plant in around January, February, and March is when I'm going to start doing my next planting. So, because like I said, I had already planted other stuff, so waiting for all of those seeds to come up and see if they do anything. And see right there, the cold last night really got to my pepper. Look at the leaves. I mean, I know it's got dirt on it too, but see the leaves? How the coal messed them up. It's like the coal burned them. So, but like I said, none of this is going to go to waste. As it freezes and it kills off the plant, I'm going to just throw it in my compost and get ready to plant for the next year or the next season, which will be, like I said, starting around January. Because if you're in zone 8, January is actually when you should be planting your potatoes. That way you'll have a good crop of potatoes growing before it gets so hot. Give them half a chance to survive. Not like I did this past year, because I planted mine too late, and then like I said, it got too hot on them. They couldn't do anything. I'm going to leave those buckets right there for right now. But what I'm going to do, I think, is where I had the box, the cardboard box right there. I'm going to put one of my buckets there, maybe. Probably put a bucket on the other side. We'll see. But I got them built anyway, so we'll see what happens with them. I don't want anything growing in them like weeds or bushes. I mean, bushes is okay, but I don't want any of that old grass that drives me crazy growing in there. Got to get my glove off of here. Yeah, it got downright cold last night, and it's been cold today. So I broke my video up into several sections, and that gave me opportunity to go in the house and warm up between my sections. But I'm headed in the house right now. And I think this is going to be the last time I come out here today. Because it's after 3 and I know the temperature's starting to drop. But you can see there my perpetual spinach, the plants that I had. They're going to make it. I mean, some of them are kind of wilted down. But I mean, they're popping back up. I mean, they'll do all right. See, that center leaf is popping up. They'll be okay. I'm going to take some more of that dirt, too, that was in that big box and come up here and top off of these 2 big tubs, because they can use a little bit more dirt in there. Whew. I know one thing I forgot to do. And I heard the mailman go by this morning. And I don't think I ever went to the mailbox. Since I'm out here, I'm going to go out to the mailbox. Oh, there's my newspaper. I'll pick that up too. I need to wash my car. Had a little bit of mail, but it's probably all just a bunch of junk mail. Junk mail and bills is about all I get. I had my little fall man up in the window. I had a lighted pumpkin up in there for Halloween. But then after Halloween, I put the little scarecrow boy up in there. And I leave him till after, like the day after Christmas. I mean, the day after Thanksgiving. And if it's nice enough, the day after Thanksgiving, I start putting up all of my Christmas stuff. Whew. My nose is cold. My fingers are cold. And you can see right there, I didn't want to clutter up the greenhouse. So I have one of my aloe veras right there. That's the one that I had out on the porch. So I've set it right there temporarily. And then on the warm days that's sunny, that's at least above freezing, I can set it back out on the porch so it can get some sun. And I do have 2 other small ones, but they're in the bedroom. They're little tiny aloe veras. And then I've got that coleus there, trying to keep it alive. I don't know if it'll survive or not. We'll see. A lot of times it gets too dry in the house because of the heat. So, anyway, we'll see. I'm going to warm up, I think, put those little potatoes in a pot and start cooking them. Because what I normally do is I put them in a pot, I boil them till they're done, and then I take them out, and you can get the peeling off of them real easy. And then I throw them in a frying pan and brown them. That is the southern way to fix those little new red potatoes. Or any new potatoes at all. They're so good that way. Just boil them, get the peeling off of them, and then throw them in a greased frying pan and just brown them all the way around. They're so good. And with that, I've got to go. I'm freezing. I got to blow my nose because my nose is cold. Oh, and I need to clean up more of my mess. I mean, from this morning, I've not only got the mess from baking the cupcakes and the cookies. I haven't got all that put away, but at least I've got it washed up. But I've got tons of stuff all over my table. You know, from my last harvest, my mail, my cookies and muffins that I cooked this morning, or cupcakes. So, I'm going to bid you a good day. And if you like my content, which is, my content is pure, wholesome, family content, please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And y'all have a blessed evening.